Hello, everybody in YouTube land. It's Smith coming at you. I'm waiting for everybody coming in. Hopefully. Just to let everybody know, I tend to do these spontaneous live streams, and nobody has had confirmation of an email or a notification sent to them saying I went live. So I'm hoping people join, as I've always made it that everyone is allowed to join the panel. Everyone is allowed to join the panel, but as it says in the description, you have to be fully clothed, as in to get up in the panel, because I've always left it an open panel, because some people don't like typing in the chat that's on StreamYards over on that side. Some people don't like typing, and they get fed up with typing everything in the chat. Hi Metal Angler, I see you. Some people get fed up with typing in the chat, and there's other people that I know that might want to join the panel, because when I first started YouTube, I wasn't in the coin community. I was in another community before that. And then when I got to a certain number of supporters, I started floating about YouTube trying to find where I actually fitted in, and also to try and think what content I could bring to the channel. What would I like to bring to the channel? What would I like to do in the channel? And this is what it all revolved around. What can I do in the channel? What can I bring to the channel? What is different on YouTube that nobody else has done on YouTube? And I was like, don't know. And I was like looking about to find, because I was like, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be different to everybody else. And that's what it was about. Because it wasn't about, it's never been about money, and it's never been about being famous. It's not my thing. It was to help. It was to try and help. It was to try and help others, as in, what can I bring if I was want to be part of a community? What do I bring? What do I have to do? What do I have to do to sort of fit in? And that was the whole idea behind it. As messenger. See, the reason why I do these lives is because if I don't do, if say for instance something comes in, I'd rather do it then and there so that I don't forget, because if I put it away, because that's the whole thing, if I put it away, hi Charles, that's fine, Charles, that's fine, Charles. As I said, the thing it says in the description, it's not to bash this person, but I want enough people to actually show what it is. I've left it in. The reason why I've left it in, I left it in suspense. Hi, all Silver. The reason why I've left it in suspense is because, as in, I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, and I was like, well, I'm not getting the response I used to get with doing the videos. As in, I used to get. It used to be like, as in the comments, I would get like, really, I got a lot of comments, and I liked that because it meant then that I had work to do, as in doing manually typing a response to the comments, but I'm not getting as it what like I used to, and I was like, well, if that's not working, doing videos, I might as well do every now and again, do a live instead, as in do it that way. That was the whole idea behind it. But as I said, it's never to bash a channel or to make somebody look bad. It's never that at all. I'm doing the videos that I do is my experience of my journey through YouTube. But as I'm saying, the reason why that banner's across it was because my dad had a love for fishing vessels, and he used to talk about the Phoenix. And this is why the Phoenix is part of the channel, or Phoenix the banner means something at the top. And the reason why that is so that I then feel that he's proud, as in what I've achieved. Because when I started this channel, I started from scratch, started from nothing. And when I come back to mum's, I done the exact same. I started from nothing. I had not a penny to my name, and I started sort of doing step by step stage. But as I was doing it, I needed something not to feel isolated. And I was looking through, I was watching videos. That was the whole thing. I was watching videos trying to figure out what I liked. What did I enjoy watching? This is what the whole thing started revolving around. But the thing that's come in, I actually want to read the letter that was sent as well. I didn't realise the letter was in there, and then I was like, why is there's this to it? And then I was like, I pulled this bit of paper out, and I started reading it, and I thought, oh my God, that's to the heart, that's really to the point. But then I'm thinking, does that person want me to read the letter out? But then I'm thinking, what have I got to hide? I've got nothing to hide. It's nothing bad. It's not saying anything bad about him. I've gave it away about him. An email came through saying, just to let you know that it'll be in the post, and it came through the letterbox this afternoon. Sometimes I get the post though. Sometimes I get the postman as in at 10 o'clock, and sometimes he's not here at 12. And then if there's a parcel, it's after 1 o'clock. It's after 1 o'clock before I get it. So it's a case of either I leave the box or the parcel, and it never gets done. It's like them ones there, like for the 28th of July. But the reason why I don't want to keep pulling boxes out, because I don't want to keep opening them, because I've got that much stuff now that needs sorting through and needs organising and all the rest to put it into like some kind of order. But then I'm thinking, what am I going to do with it all? So that's why I've left the boxes now, but I've got other boxes coming in. Hi, Roy's the boy. But then I'm like, if I do if I do the later, or I do what was sent in, there's going to be nothing left if I decide to go over half an hour or an hour. I actually, Ian, just the very man, just the person. I want to know. Can you please tell me in the chat? Is it okay to read that? Is it okay to read the letter? Is it okay with you? Is it okay with you to read the letter? On this live? Just say yes or no. Just the very person to turn up. I thought, oh yeah, that's why I timed it, because I was like, if I time it right. Thank you. It's up to you. It's up to you, Ian, if you want to come on the panel, because I put it in the first bit of the chat. Hold on, I'll put it back in again. Alright, you're having your tea. Thought it was about that time. I thought it was about that time. It's alright, if you don't want to come up on the panel, that's fine. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Depends how I feel. Depends if everybody starts enjoying it or people start coming in, because usually what will happen is because I'm with the coin community, some of them will be auctions and some of them will sort of dive in and out. And I know that Ali Mac's on a Thursday. As long as you've got a dressing gown. When I said fully clothed, I meant as in not naked as a jaybird. Because you like to, when you go in for a shower or whatever, you like to put your dressing gown on. The dressing gown's not a problem. I just don't want the thing. I just don't want YouTube as in shutting me down with somebody showing a bare ass or something like that. Because I've seen it happen. And this is what I don't agree with. If it was somebody coming up on the panel, why is it the host? Why is it the host gets it in the neck and not the person who did it? I don't get that one. So they exclude you for 30 days or whatever. Not actually shut your channel down, but put you in YouTube jail for 30 or 90 days. But it's not you that's done it. So you have to be responsible for everybody. So you have to be responsible for everybody else. But you can't stop who comes up. Well, you can't stop who comes up in your panel, because StreamYard has got a thing where you have to accept him onto the panel, but you don't know when you bring them up, what they're going to do. You don't know. Do you know what I mean? You don't know. So you have to take that chance as in where it'll happen or not. This is what I don't see that. I see that as, to me, it doesn't make sense. Right, since Ian's here, because as I said, it is not too bad. It is not to bash Ian. Ian, after 2 years or after so many years of supporting Ian's channel, Ian has finally sent his newer design, Ian Matthews, and also his version of If in Doubt, Give It a Clout. And that's what I wanted to show. And also, this means a lot, as in somebody sending the letter, or Ian sending the letter, and it did make sense, and it did sort of bring memories back. Ian puts in the letter, "Dear Alec," because everybody calls me Alec. Nobody calls me Alexander. Only when I'm in trouble, they shout Alexander, or the Sunday name Alexander. Everybody, I got him a day, Ian. It comes through the other day. So everybody calls me Alec, but because there was too many Alex on YouTube, we wouldn't know who was being asked a question, so I had to put Alexander Smith on the channel. The letter reads, I'm going to try and sort of take my time with the letter, because some people don't understand what I'm saying because of me going so fast and me not realising me doing it. Right, so I'm going to read. Ian put, "Dear Alec, many thanks for your consistent channel support over the years. Thanks again. I'm not worried about the coins. Thanks again for the coins. I still need to show them off to the world. Been a long time coming, I know. But please find a couple of my channel stickers. Again, Alec, I appreciate your support. We have been through some shit and stuff together." So Ian's right, because through your YouTube journey, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. You do not know the outcome of what's going to happen. As in what happens is that you think I'm not going to get problems, and everybody thinks that it's a bed of roses on YouTube. We all have our little qualms and our little digs with each other, because that's what happens in a family. You have the odd time where somebody is upset with somebody else and everybody else gets involved, and somebody gets shouted at that shouldn't get shouted at. Somebody loses the plot with somebody, as in it all breaks, and all hell breaks loose. But I hate this. You have to side with this person, and who sides with that person, and he's right and he's wrong. I don't go there. I'm one of these ones that the cat's sitting on the fence, so I just walk away. Yous are fighting, yous are arguing. I don't want to even be part of it. I'm going to walk away now. And I'm going to leave it for 3 days and come back, because it gets me very emotionally upset when I see two friends or two people that I support and they're having a go at each other. Exactly, hi-ho. Don't take sides, because it's better to stay neutral, as you've said a million times. It's better to stay neutral. Don't know what that was. That goes into the sentimental bag. That's where that goes. That goes into the sentiment. If Ian watches, it's going into the sentimental basket. That goes into the sentimental one. With that lot. Because that's the sentimental basket. That's the one that goes in, doesn't come back at it. So I know that's not for sale. Because some of the coins are collection, some of it's for specimens, and there's other bits that's sort of the special mail one, and that lives in that drawer. Because it's like £50, not everybody. And the guy turned around and the guy who sent it went, "Why didn't you spend it? Why didn't you cash it in?" I like to know, because I didn't see the note for God knows how long. No, it means a lot, Ian, as in because the letter was in it, so I don't lose the letter, and also the stickers is in the stickers is in it, so I know I don't lose the stickers because it's been a long time. No, because you mean a lot to me, as in because it was you that actually sent me an email and said it was a case of just be careful, as in you said to me, because they'll make funny, they'll make fun of you what they did to you, and I don't want to go down the road of bringing the past stuff back up. The past is the past. You move on for the past. It doesn't exist. It's not a recollection anymore in your memory. But without being with that team or whatever, as in exactly. Because I didn't know if you'd done any of the special ones, and I kept hearing you saying, as in, if in doubt, give it a clout. And I quite like that, as in, so I can't cut it off or I can't screwdriver it, and everybody's like, and all of a sudden, you see Ian Matthews as in either with a grinder, putting the grinder through it, or it's a case of bosh with a hammer. Because I was actually going to, that day before I sent them, I was actually seen you sharpening the edge of the hammer up, and I thought, I might get him another hammer, so he's got a spare one, a brick hammer. I was actually looking for a brick hammer. I was like, it can't be a claw hammer. I was like, it has to be a brick hammer. But then I thought, what if it was something personal? And I thought, I've not seen them with these stickers, as in the ones that you said that you had that were a limited edition. Because I know with a limited edition, it means like a prototype. So it means then there's only so many of them. That's what it means. There's only so many of them. I didn't know that. I just seen you with the one. I seen you just with the one. It was like as if that's my favourite one. It's like me with my set of tools. I've got like a security bit set, and I went through, I don't know, many different sets. So I've looked at so many different sets until I found the right one. And I happened to be in a cash and carry one day, and I was going down the aisle, and as I'm going down the aisle, I looks into this shopping trolley, and I sees this yellow handled screwdriver. It's only about that, just about that size, and it had all the security bits, and I'm like, that's what I was looking for, and I've went like I turned it over, and I'm looking at it, and it's like a code. They put a code on it. This cash and carry put a code on it. I'm looking and I'm going like that. It says it's £6 odd. I thought it's a bit dear for that, but I thought it's well worth it because there was all different security bits, and I was like, that's the ones that are, because I'm like, I need T5. There's like on the mobile phones. There's like T5, T6, and then when you go to your iPhones, it's like the biggest Phillips screws, and then like the Samsungs, they're sort of a wee bit bigger. And I thought, oh, that's got them in there. And then I seen them like it's not a Phillips, it's like a funny looking head thing on it. That's for doing like Nintendos, and I thought that's quite good for doing electronics, because I'm always fixing bits. If I sometimes I get the odd bit in, and I might power it up, and then I go, needs a screen. Because I don't do a full phone. I don't repair a full phone. If it's a PCB board, I just throw it to one side. That's not good. And I might have a donor sitting there, so I'll swap the donor. But you have to match the IMEI numbers up with because there's always a sticker on the housing. Either sometimes the sticker's on the PCB board, sometimes it's on the back housing. So you have to pair the two of them up. Aye, John, I know, aye. Some people do, as and I've done it, but then I've got full set. It's sitting somewhere, where's it sitting? Is it over there? Oh, there it's there. There it's behind me. That's the set there. It's got nearly everything in it. It's got bits and pieces sitting in it now. It's always got bits. Because I don't know if that's somebody sent me that. It's got like stamp marks on it. I think that's a magic coin. I know exactly, you're right, as long as it gets the job done. Hopefully, because I've always got wee screws and stuff in it. Because I was trying to think, well, how long do I stay on? And then I know coin molds on, I know Dale's on, stuff like that. And then I was like, I wonder if I stay on there longer. I was like, I wonder what we do, because I'm like, well, do I do it just like a general chit chat, or do I do it like, as in if somebody says, look, I want to see such and such a coin, do we do that? That's fine, Silver Scorpion. It's nice to see you. No, because this one's for metal and this one's for metal NC, metal detecting NC. Because it's like there's like umpteen stickers in it. Because sometimes what I usually do is I try and keep a certain amount of stickers and then I sort of start putting it in other people's packets so that it makes it like as if it's from the community. Because some people send like Brandon sent a whole load of stickers on a Mick, as in Mick's Moors, because they're always palling with each other. I'm trying to think what ones I keep and which ones I don't. There's a coaster, because that's a coaster. That's more like a coaster, that one. Probably that one can go. No, because I've only got 2 coins. I only got 2 coins. This is when I bought stuff from them, because the coins that's inside it. Because it says, thank you for participating in my auction, and a big congratulations for your winning bids for the 1893 US Columbian Composition commemorative $50 and a one half troy ounce silver round. Because I don't know where that comes from. It says removed to expose the cheese of. Because you've got different tape over there. You guys have got different tape to us over here. Because that's what I'm saying. Some of the stuff I've just, if I've opened it, I've just sort of left it there. Because I'll do that sometimes. Because I don't have. Sometimes I can't be bothered going through things. I'll just check it, make sure it's there, and then that's it. Because there's 1893 there. 90% silver, there it's there. There's the ship. See, that's why I had a shipping address. Because it's actually dearer to send it straight to me, direct to me. It costs more. try to save save everybody money. Try to save myself money at the same time. Because I don't like people being out of pocket. Because it annoys me, because you can't get that money back. No, because I should actually do a separate mail call and then try and get, because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I don't know how to do the URL, as in to do it in the description so it links to your channel. Because that's half ounce. No, because I don't ask for coins for free. I would feel, see if somebody done that to me, I would feel bad. That's like my family collects. I've got all these as in UK ones, but they're on me envelopes, and I was like, well, I'm only going to take one out of that. I'm only going to take one out of that so it's sentimental to me, and then the rest of it I'm going to either put into as in either stock, or I'm going to put it in do a spin the wheel. But then I'm like, do I do it with like I heard that you're not allowed to call them spots, so let's say a donation for going onto the wheel and do like that, because I'm thinking, well, if I buy the coins and they help, the supporters help, or whoever wants to be in it, they help with the shipping, that means then that they get their stuff, and other people's like, well, about a wallet. So I'm like, well, if they pay, say, $5 4 times, that's what, $20, because if I worked it out as in UK money, it's about $30, as in 20 odd pound in our money. So I'm like, what if we just call it $20? I'm talking about the spinning wheel. Hi ho. I know. Exactly. Donation sounds that's exactly what it sounds like, as in charity, when you say donation. But if that's the way that YouTube have got it and allowing it, and saying that they class the other way as gambling, because that's how I come up with, because my idea is very much like the show people's idea. It's off the show people family, as in where you still get something for your money. So you're still getting something, although that you're allowed a bigger prize. So you could swap the smaller prize for a bigger prize. But then I'm thinking, no, I would rather let it that they get something for what they paid in. So they're still getting something. Aye, contributions. Aye, maybe you're right. Exactly. Because when you say donations to somebody in the UK, they feel as if like a charity case. That's exactly how they feel, like a charity case, and it's like they don't know how to accept it. You're going to give them a donation out of the goodness of your heart, but there's no ultimatum of what they can of and there's no ultimatum on what they can spend it on. But my whole idea is to use it for the channel, because in June, as in I've been told that I had a notification from Google saying that my updates is going to stop for my Chromebook, for my model, as in my model that I've got now is going to stop in June. So I have to then buy another Chromebook or another laptop for if I want to stay on YouTube, because that's what I bought it for. Was so because I kept toying with, do I have a Windows? Is this going to corrupt it with putting Google on top of it? So I decided I couldn't be asked with doing it that way. So I just went in to Curry's and went, right, as in asked them the question. And I don't care whether they tried to sell me or not. I was like, if that's good enough for YouTube, I'm going to use that just for YouTube on its own. Because I've never had a minute's bother at the Chromebook. Because I like my Acer. I like my Asus. I've had a Dell, and I've never my Dell's a lot big. My Dell's an older Dell, but I use that for unlocking phones, and I don't want to be using it for anything else because it's got more in my unlocking software in it because it's an older version but upgraded to Windows 10. And we're talking about a Windows. The next one that's coming in is Windows 11. It's Windows 11. So I want it with trying. I would like to try and get one with Windows 11 on it, or possibly Windows 12. Because if Windows 11 is crap, nobody's going to be wanting to use it, and eventually, in the next 6 months, Windows will decide to disown Windows 11 and go into Windows 12, because they done that with one of their other Windows system. It was rubbish as well, and within 6 months that's fine. I know this is what I want to do, and I wanted so that basically, because I'm thinking, well, I don't know how to do. I've just found out how to do the URL because somebody sent me the URL for somebody's web page, so I managed to put that in the description. And I wanted it to be more. I wanted it to be more personal with your one. So I was like, well, if I did it and did a live stream, and if you haven't got Ian Matthews, please check out Ian Matthews' channel, because his videos are good, because they're mainly on scrapping, but they are quite interesting, the videos that he does, and the videos are awesome. Well, I think so. Because some people go, oh, well, why did you become a coin channel? Why are you in with all these different communities? Because I feel that part of them are linked to the coin community. Like Ian does scrapping. There's people that do scrapping, but they also do coins. You've got guys who do metal detecting. They're part of the coin community as well. So we're all linked in a way. And that was the whole idea. Thanks, Andrew. I know, because I didn't know how to do it. There's Andrew's just put it in the chat. So if you go to that link that Andrew's put in, because Andrew's a mod. I don't hold any mod. I do not hold any mod to be here at a live stream. If they want to be here, that's up to them. I don't hold them a gun to their head and say, you have to be here, because that's what a lot of people don't realise with being a mod. With being a blue spanner, you have to be there for that channel to keep that blue wrench. I have 15 people that are mods that I picked. Where I fall out with them is here nor there. I know, hi ho, you haven't got a mod, but at the time, this is before you even came here, as in this was done before then. But Andrew is one of them, because I trust Andrew. But Andrew was originally, that's what I'm saying, Andrew was originally a client and become as a friend. So if I need to talk to anybody in confidentiality, as in although that I've got you as well, hi-ho, because I don't want to hear everything on YouTube. There's some things that I might want to say and people will be like, that's offensive what you've just said. I want to be able to talk in private without it going any further with certain things. Because it's me bottling things up and me airing it as in to stop it as in exploding. And maybe it end up affecting somebody or upsetting somebody or offending somebody and they go, oh my God, is that the way Alec is? It's not I'm trying to cover up anything. It's just that sometimes I tend to bottle everything up until it becomes so much that it sometimes end up like a rant, but I don't want to feel that I'm dragging everybody else into it because it's not to do with everybody else. It's just the way that I'm feeling. It's probably the way that I'm feeling at the time. And there's things that shouldn't be discussed on YouTube. But I don't want to be as in like holding things back and anybody, but we didn't know about this about Alec and he wasn't honest about such and such. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. If you want to ask me something, don't go to somebody else and ask them. Come to the source directly and say, I need to speak to you, but let's do it on an email. Let's do it let's do it on an email. Nothing's going on here, Jayton. It's basically as in it was a mail call for Ian Matthews and show Metal D's Metal NC's. It was a show. I forgot you weren't here, Andrew. I put it away because I was like, everybody's seen it because I was like, there was only four. It was basically stickers Ian Matthews. Because every time I asked him, he was like, I'll do it. You get a set and never got a set. That's what it was. That was what it was about. Because maybe that's what people's wondering because I didn't put it in the chat because I didn't want to because the minute you write it in a description, you've lost that bit of suspense. It's like EastEnders as in the soap channel and them stopping at a bit that you really are like held at your seat on the edge of the cliff. It's like a cliffhanger. It leaves it on a cliffhanger. And that was, well, I was like, well, if I don't put it in the description, it's going to leave it on a cliffhanger for people to actually come in. Because that's what I was thinking, because my videos are not getting the same response as they used to, as in my comments, like they used to. So I was like, well, if I leave it on a cliffhanger, people's going to come in. But I didn't want to upset anybody. It's Ian Matthews stickers. James, like, I'm still in suspense. It's Ian Matthews stickers. No, because I know I was told. Exactly, hi-ho. Spot bang on. If you're comfortable with something to ring me as in, it's because as in my way of thinking's like, to me, it feels abnormal. It feels abnormal the way it comes out or the way it comes across when I say it to somebody. So to me, it doesn't seem as if like a normal person would speak. And I was like, but there's other people that's on the same wavelength as me. It's like Dale coming in and saying like, a couple of days ago when we done that other live stream, and he goes, we were talking about that 2 days ago, but I wasn't there. I've not watched his live streams for a while, but it's not because I don't want to watch them. It's just that, as in, I like Dale as a person, right? I like Dale as a person, right? Comald as a person, right? I support him because I like him as a person, but I'm not into battleships. Although he says it's not like battleships, but it's battle chat. So you have to answer questions that he's got in a bit of card, and it's not because the fact of not winning. That's not it at all either. I like to take part in these things, and he's like, well, you should join in more regular, Alec. But it's just not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. It's not battleships. I never had the thing for battleships. I never liked the game. It didn't float my boat. Battle chatter, battleships. Because you put the ships on and it's a strategy game. I like levels. I like Chucky. I like the game Chucky Egg. I like Paperboy. I like Mario because Mario is levels. But I don't want to do gaming because not everybody's into gaming. So you have to sit there and it's like sitting there like watching paint dry, watching somebody as in playing gaming. But they either don't look at the chat while they're playing the game because they're concentrating on the game, or they're talking to you and no winning their game. So I was like, no, I don't want in the channel as in going that way. I wanted it so that everybody else can join in. Although that I enjoy it. I enjoy collecting coins because I like to see the different designs on the reverse of the coins. It's not nothing about silver. It's not as in buying coins and hoping that I'll end up get a fortune for the coin. It's not that either. I wanted something to bring to the channel that everybody else enjoyed, that eventually I could give them away how I feel fit. But then I'm like, well, it's costing me money. And I'm like, right, how do I do this? And then I'm like, well, if I do, and this is, I'm like, well, now I've went back to eBay and I'm buying bits for eBay, but then I'm going to put another workload on top of myself. So I'm going to have to put more hours into it, hoping that I sell stuff on eBay because I'm not going to bring it to YouTube because it's not everybody's cup of tea. People buy phones for use them. There's only certain people that actually collect them just for collecting them. But some of them have to be working. And we use stock. It's one of them, it's like taking a car into Andrew. And Andrew goes, well, it's worth buying. But he buys it in good faith and he sells it in good faith. And then 3 weeks later, the car comes back. It's running like a sick coup. And they're saying, it's your fault. But Andrew's put on, because some of the car dealers now, that's what they're doing, putting 3 months warranty on it. So they have to then, as in, fix the problem, hoping that eventually they fix it. But if it's a bad car, it's like if it's a bad phone. If it's a faulty phone, there's nothing you can do with it. It's basically fit for spare parts, for parts all alone. But who are you going to sell it to? Either a dealer or somebody that's looking for parts. There's stuff that I don't sell as in fully working because I don't want it coming back. But it's not because I just want, it's not a case of conning anybody. It's not that at all. If somebody gets something off of me and they're not 100% happy with it, they can send it back and either I'll replace it for something else or I give them the full money back. But I'm losing money as in because I paid out the postage money, so I'm losing $460 out of that. Because I think it's like $395, but I always either put a wee bit more on it because that covers in case the postage goes up. But I don't want to do phones on this. I want to do the tutorials of the phones on the channel and show what goes on, but I don't want to put them on the channel, if you get me. I want to put, the whole idea was to put coins on the channel so that the customers or clients or supporters get the full out of it. So there's no PayPal costs, there's no eBay costs. That was the whole idea behind it. But I don't want to do auctions. I don't want to do auctions. Because some people's like, I don't think it's fair because they're overpaying for things. If you're not happy with an auction, why don't you tell them that you're not happy with the way the auction runs? An auction, that's what happens in an auction. It's hoping that it goes higher than it should. So the person ends up getting more money out of it so that they can put more money into stock. I know how auctions work. I know how real auctions work. I've been at them for part of my life. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to do something different. And I seen something that I thought, I seen Big T with pennies on a board. And I was like, I can adapt. And I'm like, I can adapt this. And I'm like, Because I know Andrew was saying about, Andrew was saying about, now I'm not having a go at Andrew. I'm just using this as an example. Andrew saw a tube. I had a tube, as in well before Christmas. He saw a tube when I done a live, or I think it was a live, and he saw this tube, as in like a diamond shape. It looks like a diamond shape, and on the tube, it said graded MS69 or better. They rolls of coins. The whole idea for the rolls of coins is for me to open them, but it's not a search for errors and varieties. That's so I can go, he wants one, she wants one, he wants one, this one wants one, this one wants one, so that I can make up little bundles of different years and put different years together. 56, 57, 58, 59, and then maybe because I found out there was PD. Then I found out there was PD and S. You can run if you want PD and S. So I was like, well, I need to get PD and S. It was because I was like, well, if I start a collection, I want to finish it to need its end, as in how many they ever done. It's not to be as in to be in competition with anybody else or run it down to as in the bottom pricey coins. I want to do it because I want to do it. But I don't want to overcharge people. I want people that will turn and say, oh, by the way, I got a cracking deal off that. If you make money off of that, that's up to you. If you make money off of that coin, I don't care what you do with that coin after I send it to you. As long as because that's the whole idea. Is for me to cover my overheads. As long as I cover my overheads, I'm quite happy. It makes me feel as if I'm still part of the coin community. I don't really care who likes me and who doesn't like me. But I don't want people, as in causing drama, coming and, if you don't like me, just say I don't like you, or ban me from your channel, or as in block me for coming on panel. I'll soon get it. I soon get things. I act daft, but I'm not that daft. I'm not stupid. I know when somebody's blocked me or somebody's not speaking to me or not responding to me in an email. I know. But me, as my mum usually says to me, you're assuming that it might not be that way at all. You're assuming it. So you're making a big mountain out of molehill. So I stopped doing that over analysing it, because it was causing my mind. It was causing my mind to, as in run riot. Actual run riot. So it was. No, because that's what it was for. It was for Ian Matthews stickers. And he actually to about the letter, because that's what it's saying about the shit we've went through, as in from when we first started YouTube. Because you go with another community and then they make out, oh, you're working, you're playing both sides and you're doing this and this is what is happening, and then there's a troll, they're making it there's a troll and all the rest, and you're causing it, you're being two-sided, no, this carry on. If somebody's talking about somebody else and they don't know that somebody's talking about it, I'm the type of person that'll go, he's talking about you. He's stabbed, because to me that feels as if you're stabbing somebody in the back. You're stabbing them in the back by talking about them behind their back. 710, it was Ian Matthews stickers. It's basically like he was like, to be honest, he was like a mentor. It was Ian that first started me. I just done that the other week, as in the bully thing, because you remember one of the videos and it was Bigfoot that pointed out there was a president or something. And the way he in Congress, he was like, as in, and when Bigfoot explained that, I was in stitches. And then that's what Oz says. But now I'm not took offence to it anymore. I was like, I couldn't understand what they meant by it, and then when they told me what they sort of abbreviated or explained it more, then I was like, that's funny. That is funny. And I was like, well, I'll use that at some point. And then I was like, because there's been a few times and I'm like, well, I'm not really in USA, although that I do more American and Canadian coins that I collect, and also foreign. I'm not in USA. I'm based in Scotland. So I'm based in the UK. So why people be like, well, why is he doing USA coins? Because I was brought into the community through going to an auction, and then I moved from one auction to another auction and found where I fitted in, and then was taken in by them people in America and felt I was part of the American family, although that I wasn't American or from America or based in America. And I was like, well, I'm not going to disown these guys. I'm not going to disown them, because they are who support me. But I've never sectioned the Americans off and says they can't. It's like somebody turning around and saying, you can't come to my channel. I didn't want anybody because to me, feeling isolated and you locking yourself up. That's what you've done. You've shut yourself away from society, and you don't want to speak to nobody. You don't want to even know or be around anybody. So you shut yourself off from the world, and then you feel like, well, I'm an outsider. I don't belong anywhere. But I felt I belonged. I belonged in that Soul and Recovery. Thanks for your comment. I'll make a video about it because I was watching it. This is it's a notification from a channel that's not British, but he's got a job, a lot of phones, and he's got a power station, and there's a power station he's putting it on, and I saw something. There was a 7250i, and as he put the power into it without the battery, because he's using a power station, and he's putting enough charge into obviously the power into it, and on the screen it didn't light up as in like white light. It lit up dark, and you could see test mode on it, across it, test mode, and when you're doing the unlocking, it actually goes into 7250i's. When you're doing them, it throws them into test mode. Hello, Silver Money Bag. So that's what I've got a notification because I've obviously left a comment, because that's what they say now, as in you have to, as in it's a case of to let it stick in your channel now, you have to leave a comment. But I was interested, because I'm interested in that sort of stuff, but then I'm thinking I don't really want to come out of the coin community. I don't want to change over to mobile phones, but as in I got for the last 7 weeks before Christmas, I saw it as boxes of phones for a guy. I'll have to drop a message in Messenger. I can get them for about the price of what, as in the price of a roll of coin. See the price of roll of coins start at, or a roll of pennies. That's what I can get them for. I can get them for £2 a phone. £2 a phone. That's what I get them at. I got them at scrap value. But I don't want to change the content. Guys. I don't really want to change the content because I quite like the content. Although that I would say I was out of my comfort zone as in me doing coins, because I don't know. I know what to buy them for, but I don't know as in what price to put on them when selling them. So that's why I got the red book, because I'm like, well, the red book, but the red book, people go, don't take any notice of the red book. So I went, well, I'm going to look, because when I look through a roll of pennies, as in that's what I'm saying. It's like people turn around and say, but you're searching them. I don't. Hi Hector. I don't search pennies. If I open a roll, I'm only looking at these are Canadian 1 cents, right? All I'm looking for is the actual date. The date on them is the date. So that says this is 1960. 1961. So if I get a mixed roll, all I'm looking for is as in 61s. And if it was like Lincoln's, all I'm looking for is like if they were like, say for instance, P or plain, all I'm looking for is the date to make sure that they're all the same date. But when I'm picking them, I'm looking for the best. I'm looking for the best ones. As in when I'm looking through them, I'm looking for spots. I'm looking for spots, and all the rest, so that it is beautiful. Because I want to give the best to somebody. I don't want to give something and somebody goes, oh, I don't like, oh, what is he giving me? Oh, Jesus. And they go, that, and they're nearly sick with it. Yuck. That's rubbish. And they go, oh, that's rubbish. Do you know what I mean? That's rubbish. He just sold me that. So he's conned me. He's ripped me off. He's ripped me off for that coin. Oh, they fling it. I won't be buying for him. I won't be buying for him again. I'm gonna email him and I'm gonna put it nasty, as in tell him. I don't want that. If I'm gonna send something to somebody, I want it so it's like as in like my standards, so that people go, that's beautiful, that's beautiful. Alex done me a cracking deal. I'm gonna buy it back to him. I wonder what else he has. I wonder what else he has in that room he has. I wonder what he's got. I'm not trying to do anybody out of money or anybody out of doing auctions. They want to do auctions, that's up to them. What they do, as long as you're not, put it this way, see, as long as you're not hurting me and I'm not hurting them, I'm not interested. Exactly, silver money. Reputation is important. Exactly. It's important to have a good name. Exactly. You're sending your stuff out. You're sending it on time. It didn't, because I hate when I get people turning it didn't arrive. That upsets me. It didn't arrive, so I didn't do my job. Properly. I get guilt. It's like a guilt feeling. It's as if it eats at me, as in eats away at me. He didn't get his stuff. But then I'm thinking, is he telling the truth? Is that person it's never happened to me in YouTube, right? It's happened to me in eBay. Is that person telling the truth? And then so I'll message them. I start messaging them because I'm like, I hope he doesn't put bad feedback in for me. But I don't want to be doing eBay. I've done eBay. I know what eBay's like. I know how fierce the competition is in eBay. I've never done coins on eBay. Bye, Hector, if you're gone. I'll be able to put it on the channel. I was like, I've never done YouTube before. I want to do YouTube. I want to try YouTube, see how it goes. But then I was like, and people give up because they feel it's not working. This is not working, but they've not gave it enough time. They've not gave it enough time for it to happen. It's like building a business or building from a hobby to a passion. It doesn't just doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to grow. One person tells, it's like as Silver Money says, you have a good reputation. It's like word of mouth. Go to this person, you want to deal with them, you want to deal with that person. They'll tell somebody else, or you want to go and deal with him. They think that they're ripping, the customer then thinks, or the client thinks that they're ripping you off, but they're not really, because you're like, well, if I give them a good bargain, they're going to come back. So I'm not going to just get it once, I'm going to get it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 7 times, 8 times. You're going to see that face again and again, but you might not see them every month or every week. You might see them every 2 months or every 3 months. I've seen people that when I used to do my eBay, and I was like, it's like a name would come up, some person's name would come up, and they've already paid, so they paid their dues into PayPal, and I go through my book to put their name, because I used to write it all down one point, and I'm looking through the book, or I'm looking through my PayPal invoices to send to the client, whoever, and I'm looking and I goes, I recognise that name. But then I'm thinking, well, what did they buy? It might have been 4 months. It might have been 4 months ago. I hate these bloody bots. That's no. I don't know if guys you can hear that. As in that's that's foxes. Ow, 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 That's a fox. They make it's like a. It's not like a. It's like a half cat, half dog. Whoa! 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 I can hear it out there. If I opened the window, you'd probably hear it. More if you listen closely, if you listen carefully. It's a fox. There's foxes. There's a big round the back of my plate. Round the back of, well, it's partly mum's, partly mine's, as in this house. And round the back of us, there's like a big. They built a big forest because they built a bypass. There used to be like a big field, a big massive field, and it went down like a hill, and then there was like a ditch in the middle of it. That's fine, hi ho, see you later. There's a big ditch in the middle of it, but they decided it would be built. Foxes near me. They live in the forest. They live in the woods. But they come out the woods at the bottom, because we call it the monkey tree. The bottom, it goes round in like a V. It goes round in like a U, like a horse shape. It goes away round, as in. I've never actually shown anybody it. I actually should do a video of it. When you get in the woods, it goes all the way round, and usually what they do is they come up. Silver Money, they come up. There's like Newlands Muir, and there's a hill that goes down, and there's another estate, a brand new estate, but there's a wooded area between the two of them. And what they do is they hide in the woods, and then you see them come out the woods and they cross. Sometimes you see them crossing over the car park, but they come out at night. They come back out at night time because it's getting later. Because it'll be dark. It'll be dark down there. That's what I heard. I heard one. It was howling. You hear them howling at night time if it's a quiet night, because the road's busy, so you hear the lorries going up it. But when that road goes quiet and there's not a lot of wind, you can actually hear them. Because I went like that one night. I went, what the hell is that? And I'm like, that sounds like. And I'm like, that's not a cat. I'm like, that's not a cat. I was like, what the hell is that? And I started watching this. The reason how I know is because I started watching this thing on Facebook, and it's called the Silver Fox Sanctuary, called Silver Fox Sanctuary, and there's this woman, and there's about, I don't know, there's umpteen foxes, and that's what she does, is she just opens the cages in the morning, and she takes the foxes out. You see all the foxes running out. Hi, morning Finnegan, morning Dixie. She opens the cages, and I was listening to what noise they made, and I was like, one day I was like, that's what I thought, and I was like, that's what I've been hearing, that noise, and I was like, that's what I've been hearing, and I was like, it's like a half cat, half dog, and I'm like, that's the noise I've been hearing. Nah, they know. They're more, do you know, Silver Money? They're more scared. They're more scared of a human. They're more scared of us than what we're scared of them. if you stand still and you don't show, it's like a dog. You don't show it fear, and it'll not touch you. It'll sniff you. It'll sniff you. And if you caught, Dad used to tell me, as in because he used to go into the wilderness and all that, car on as a boy, and he says to me one day, he says, as long as you don't corner a fox, if you corner it and it thinks that you're going to hurt it, it'll attack you. But some of them are only about that long. And the tail's about yon long, and they're only about that size. But they're definitely bigger. These ones that's round my way, they're bigger than an actual cat. But because I remember Mum had a cat, and her Cheeky, she never used to go far, but she did a thing about when she would go round the estate, she'd go at the bottom of the street, because her street was down the hill, but there's not a road between the houses, and she'd go round the back, and she'd fall asleep in the bushes. And one night in particular, we forgot all about it. She went out this day, and it was quite warm, and she goes through the gardens and all the rest. Cheeky's no longer with us, passed away. He was 13. She's a right old age, black and white. I've got her on one of the videos. She used to go hide in the bushes. And Mum says to me, have you seen Cheeky? I went, no. She went, is she up the stairs? I went, no. Mum says, oh, bloody hell, we've left her out. So it was about early doors. Mum's opened the back door. Now, when Mum opens the back door, if she's about, or if she was about, you she'd take her time, and eventually she'd come. Mum shout, Cheeky. And we never heard no noise. Mum says, that's funny. So Mum rattled the keys and started shouting, Cheeky, Cheeky. And all we could hear was this, meow, 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 meow. Mum says, do you hear that? I says, I hear that, Mum. I said, but it's pitch dark. This is winter. It's pitch dark. And I says to Mum, I can hear that, but I can't see her. I thought, where the hell is she? And I'm thinking, oh my God, she's trapped in a shed. She's in a shed somewhere. She's locked in somewhere and can't get out. Or she's get trapped somewhere and can't get out. And I kept hearing it. And it was like the wind. And I'm thinking, Mum, she's here. She's about somewhere. I says, she's not far away. I said, I can hear her crying like a baby. I can hear her crying. She must have got chased by a fox, and she went up a tree. She was sat up the top. She sat in between. There was like a V shape. The tree was like a V shape like that. There's about massive trees as in down round the back of us. And she's stuck in the middle of the tree. So I went and got a chair and started going up the tree. She would not let me near her. Mum says, you get down at it. She went, you get down. She goes, you'll fall off that tree. I mean, she'll not come down when you're trying to get up there. But I'm trying to go up, trying to help her off the tree, as in because I'm thinking she's got trapped. She's stuck up there. She can't figure out what way to come down. Mum says, she can get down. She's done it before. Mum says, you get down, get back. Mum's like at the bottom of the tree, and we're patting the bottom of the tree. Cheeky, Cheeky. And she's still, meow, meow, meow. Because she's obviously thought, there's danger down below. I'm not going down. Because if she'd seen a dog, she'd run. She was a timid cat. But I reckon that night she'd been chased up a tree by a fox, maybe that was in a pack. She's run up the tree, out the road. It's been a bit raining, and decided, well, I'll stay up here I hope that if Mum opens the back door, she would have come down straight away. But obviously she got up there and she'd been stuck for so long, or up the trees for so long, her poor wee legs must have got tired. And because she's obviously not getting down, exactly, money. But she did come down. She did come down. But that's what I said, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Mum saying she's not in, because usually if when Mum went to bed, she got to bed with Mum, or she'd be round about Mum. And because obviously she hadn't seen her, Mum was like getting worried, because actually she used to do is hide in the bushes, and then Mum shake the keys. That's all Mum had to do, was shake the keys, call her name, shake the keys, and she would either come at the back door or she'd go in the front door. She'd come at the front door. She'd go along the front. There was a big window where the door is, and she'd see her going along the bottom of the sill, and then she sat at the bottom of the sill and look in the wind. You see her looking in the window, or she go in the back and she would be at the back door. If you chapped the window, as in the bottom pane of the window, and she saw you there, she'd look at you and go like that, because it was like a baby cry. She wasn't a loud cat, but she wasn't very loud. Her name was Cheeky. Mum called her Cheeky because she was black with white with white paws. It was like white socks she'd on, black. Cheeky thing passed away in COVID, as in with the COVID. She got lethargic. Mum got worried about her, and she wasn't eating that. She said she scratched somewhere, and she had this, like, it ended up like a pus or something, as near her eye. And Mum got antibiotics and gave her antibiotics, and eventually it cleared up. But Mum says that she wasn't herself for a while, and she wasn't doing the same things she was doing before she did the sore or something, because Mum says she must have scratched herself and burst she'd thing with the skin, and then she went lethargic, and Mum was like, I think she's finished that. She's like, she's not. They were like, she needs to drink, and because the lockdown, they weren't seeing them and they weren't getting appointments unless there was an emergency. And Mum says, I don't think this cat's going to last much longer. She says, I don't think she's got much longer to go. Mum says, I need to get her into a vet, and she took her to the RSPCA, and they found out she'd actually a tumour. She had a tumour inside. She was actually in a tumour inside. Mum asked their opinion, and they says that she would just be back and forward for tablets. And Mum thought that was a cruel thing to keep her going. And Mum says it was time to let her go. And after that, Mum's never had another cat after that since. So I'm not having any more cats. But Mum was never a thing about cats. It was Julie that brought the first cat in. She seen this cat, and the neighbours were throwing it out. And it was only a kitten at the time, and it was up a tree, and Julie took a fancy to it. But it was with the first one. It was, I think, the first or the second part of COVID, as in it was well before. This is well before Christmas. So Julie took a fancy for this cat. She brought it in, and my dad gave it away. My mum went absolutely bonkers. And Charmaine's pal had this cat. She wasn't a kitten, but she was sort of she was going into the early stages of a cat. And Charmaine says, my pals can't look after this cat or whatever, or can't keep it anymore. Is there anybody interested in it? And Mum says, what does it look like? As soon as my mum saw it, she took in love with it. But that thing used to go everywhere my mum was. That cat, she was there. Mum could go like that on the sofa, pat the sofa and go, come on, up you come. She'd be at the side of Mum, as in getting pets or whatever, and then she'd go sort of, what would happen is Mum would do her gently, sort of do that, sort of itch her ear or whatever, and she'd, like that, and you hear the purring and all the rest, and then all of a sudden, she'd be there on her side, and then Mum pet her side, and then and she, honest to God, Silver Money, she'd be like that up in her, she'd go like that, so I turn over in her belly, and then all of a sudden you see her up, like that, upside down like that. the wee eyes, I know. She was a beautiful wee thing. She loved going underneath the bed. If she didn't want you touching her, she did enough for you, she'd go underneath the bunk bed and just stay there. But there was one thing that she didn't like: the window cleaner. If the window cleaner came and she heard the ladders disappear, gone, shot a gun, and we used to find her hiding under. She used to go under the covers and hide. She just lay there, as in hiding under the covers. I don't know if it was the window cleaner that she didn't like, or whether it was the ladders, hearing the ladders she didn't like, because how noisy he was with them. She was something else. But wherever Mum was, she wasn't far away, but she never really went far up the street. Like today, I seen me and Mum went to go out, and I see her following Mum, and I says to Mum, I hope she didn't go any further. Mum says, no, she'll only go as in that tunnel. She'll only go to the tunnel part, and then she'll stop. That's exactly what she done. Walked out the door, up the path. So I was just walking up the path. Next thing, she just stopped like that, just stopped. As if to say, all right, he's away. Because she wouldn't bother any neighbours, but all the neighbours would sort of pet her, as in, but she wouldn't go near she loved kids, but she wouldn't go near them as such. If they took the time, as in, and just sort of stayed still, she would let them pet her. But she wasn't really, if he went quick to her, she was gone, as in, cause she was timid. But she'd go through grass and all that careful. I says to Mum one day, I says, she's going to, one of these neighbours is going to chase her. And no, she's no chase her. She's just thing, we go through that grass. But she take time, we she looked for beasties and that, looking for beasties and that. But she wasn't like a dirty cat or dirty in anywhere. She's sort of, as in always sort of a certain place or whatever. But she was one for when she used to hide in the bushes in the undergrowth up the path. She sort of go in between where it was sort of grassy and go and lay down in the grass. Because she'd go to sleep. Because I said to Mum, she's very quiet. I said, but I don't see her. Mum goes, this shouldn't be that far. I know I'm just going to go away and all, because Hi-Ho let me know that Jeaton was doing an auction, or going to start an auction. I'm trying to sort of see, this is what I've not been doing it as, and I'm not as frequent, but then I'm thinking, do we put on like that's why I'm trying to come up, that's why that's there, spin the wheel, because I've numbered it, but I don't know if anybody's interested in doing it, because I don't see, if nobody's interested in doing it, of me doing it. There's no point in me doing it in the first place, because that's how I felt as if the numbers were too far. They were too far in together, as in, because it's only like a space like that. So I was like, well, what if I do it like number 1 and 12? And then I'm thinking, because people wanted to, I want to pick number this, and I was like, well, what if I done it like a charity to pick? But then there's like, as in, because I'm thinking, well, if the ship, I know I'm going off tangent. I would like to try and do it as in sort of, yeah, I would say more as in doing it the weekend, but then I'm thinking, do I do it during the week? Because people's like, well, you're going to run into, there's no slot, because I don't want to upset anybody, but then I'm thinking, well, if I want to do it, or which are channels I visit, you've got like, there's Ali Mac Mechanical, which is a Thursday. You've got Scotty Daniels on a Tuesday. It depends what you're into, silver money. If you're into like coins, there's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You have the Durbins, which is Joe and Diane Durbin. On a Tuesday, you've got Lemonheads on a Tuesday, but you've also got, as in, I don't know if it's like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that you've got coin ops, because they do it like, as in the coin ops, so they either do it first, an auction, and then you'll have, as in later on, you'll have like the Durbins, and then there's like Cajun Coin Hunter. You've got Lemonheads on a Tuesday. I can't think of anybody else that's on a Tuesday, because you've got Money Maniacs, you've got Hector, who just come in these coins as well. Hector. I know you've got Cajun Coin Hunter, you've got Jeep and John, Mama T, Big T Coin, Big T Coins. It's because I know that many names, because I've been like 3 years. Because I started like Coin Ops. That's Robert Lawson and Floored for the Philippines. You've also got Cheapskate Coins. I think Cheapskate's on a Monday and Wednesday, but sometimes a Thursday as well. Oh aye. I know a lot of them, because I went round the community who ships to United Kingdom, and then if they weren't shipping to United Kingdom, then I had a person that was as in doing all that for me, and then they've turned around and says it's a bit much, we've got our own stuff to do and all the rest, and I'm like, that's fine. If somebody turns around and says to me, and they're offering me doing that, and then they say that they can't do it no more, I don't take offence to it. I'm like, well, I understand, because I know that you've got your own thing to run as well, and then it's a lot for them to take on, because what happens is you start it at first and you go, it's only going to be a couple, and then it ends up, it just takes over, it sort of grows, and you like an auction here, an auction there, and doing this one and doing that one and that one, and there's a benefit auction on. Sometimes I feel like there's too many auctions. That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel part of it, because I'm like, I know so many names, and there's so many people that are awesome people that I would turn around and say, I would deal with them. I'd deal with this person. I would deal with that one. But then I could turn around and tell you deal with them, and you might have a bad deal at some point with them, and then you turn and say, well, you told me about that person, you recommended that person to me, and they never come good, and then you're at me. I'd rather you sort of check them out for yourself, and then sort of, as in, you deal with who you feel comfortable, that you feel comfortable with them. Because that's what I do until I feel comfortable with somebody. Then I deal with them. I get to know the person, and then I decide that I'll take a shot, give them the shot, the benefit of the doubt, and then I start dealing with them. And then I wait until the first package. First package comes good, then I start dealing with them. That's how I do it. Because everybody is a stranger on YouTube until you actually get to know them. But bye guys.